Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. We have this website change with this military map, however I like this one more, and here the only change that happened recently in the Lugansk region itself, so it was like that on 18th, and today with the latest update we have some of the retreatment of the Russian forces over here, or it could be just the map clarification. So we are still going on a counteroffensive operation on the northern part of Lugansk region, and I expect that we're gonna move forward this winter. Just need to wait for the better weather. And probably that's the only change that happened today for the military map. And here we can see the red area. Sometimes I get the question, what is that? That is Transnistria, the unrecognized republic near to Moldova. And now the map is not limited for Ukraine. We have Kaliningrad, it says it's occupied. This territory of Lithuania is occupied as well. Estonian territories, Finland here and on the north, and in Caucasus we are speaking about Chechnya, part of the Georgia, and many other parts that are not yet shown on this military map. My friends, it means that Russia is aggressive imperialistic country. As you can see, they want to spread their Russian peace around the world. Our defense ministry today tweeted that they will not pause during the winter time, will continue to liberate, and even Crimea could be liberated in January. I think this is not realistic scenario. First of all, we need to take Mariupol, then cut Russian supplies to Crimea by eliminating the Kerch Bridge, and after that we may talk about the Crimea. Still, Russia has lots of their soldiers in that area, so in January, in 2 months, I don't think it's quite real. But maybe our defense ministry knows better, because some of the objects in Crimea were targeted by Ukrainian side, and it's been confirmed by our forces that we targeted the Saki airfield. And this is Bakhmutsk on the north part of the Bakhmut city, and Russia continued to use the rocket artillery systems fired towards that region. And yes, they have superiority in their artillery there. This is regarding the sanctions. Putin continued to sell Russian oil even to Great Britain. So it's been confirmed that 39 cargoes were sent to UK through Holland companies. And Holland ships have been used to deliver the Russian oil to UK. So Russia got around £200 million from that deal. This video I posted on my Telegram channel. Many say that it's staged. So one guy, he refused to fight against the Ukrainians. He refused to go to Ukraine, and that is why he was accused of wrongdoing, and Russian militia put him to that vehicle, and he will be probably imprisoned for some of the years. But if Russian regime collapses before, obviously he will have his freedom. And one more guy also refused to fight against the Ukrainians. By doing so, they are not just refusing to kill others, but they're saving their own lives, because mobilized Russian soldiers have lots of the losses in Ukraine. As you can see, Russians still have choice. It's better to spend some time in a prison than to be dead in Ukraine, and those soldiers will just go and die and kill us, obviously, but they'll die themselves. And that is why there should be no mercy to the Russian soldiers who came to Ukraine with weapons to kill civilians and our military guys. Turkey starts to perform the tests on the first unit of the Kizilele Bayraktar. The interesting thing that it's equipped with the Ukrainian engine. Looking at the main landing gear, I wouldn't say it's strong, but maybe it's very light. That's why these wheels are so tiny and struts themselves. Nevertheless, I expect this one to be one more bestseller from the Bayraktar company. And specs of this unmanned air vehicle you may find on my Telegram channel, which is in a video description just below. Subscribe for me there as well to have more recent information about what is happening in Ukraine and around the world. Our intelligence says that Russia is planning some sort of the explosions on Belarusian territory, including the nuclear power plants. The main reason for that is to cause Belarusians to enter this war on the Russian side and to change the public opinion in Belarus itself, because people there mostly support Ukraine and they're gonna switch their propaganda, so ordinary people may believe that Ukraine would dare to attack Belarus. We don't need that. We need to free our Ukrainian territory. France delivered some of the air defense units to Ukraine, systems Crotel to protect our skies against Shahid drones and cruise missiles. Also, they gave us some of the rocket artillery systems, ground to ground. Thank you. Daily Mail article says that Russia moved around 100 missiles from Belarus to the Russian-controlled territory. Most of them are S-300, S-400. Sometimes Russia may use them as ground-to-ground missiles, but mainly they are used as the ground-to-the-air. And this article says that Russia is planning some sort of one more massive attack. I don't think that it's real. Russian soldiers showed the Ukrainian raccoon that they stole from our zoo in Kherson, and they say that there was no one to take care about that animal. That's why they took the animal with them. Luckily, this raccoon is alive, and I don't know why it's so memey in Ukrainian media, but people here just love animals, probably. The United States of America already spent $18.3 billion to help Ukraine. So remember that the Congress voted for $40 billion help to Ukraine, so 18.3 already were delivered to Ukraine. Not as money, but as HIMARS, rocket artillery systems, standard artillery, artillery shells, and many, many more. You may say that it's quite a lot, I would agree with you, my friends, but if you compare with what, for example, Qatar spent for the Mundial, for the Football World Cup that is open today in that country, they spent $200 billion for that event. I think that is too much. If Ukraine would have $200 billion, my friends, we would win this war very easily. And Russia also put new investments to their army. They released the bonds recently for the single day for $13 billion. And all of that will go to support the army. No, I'm joking. Half of that, obviously, they'll put in their pockets. So I guess just 7 billion will go to support the Russian army. The first grocery store opened in Kherson. You can see lots of the people because there were no any products, nothing. And now they went to the ATB market. This one is the most popular one in Ukraine. And this is the museum in Kherson. As you can see, Russian soldiers took everything from that. Some of the pictures just left, but main exhibition was taken. I wonder why they didn't take this military stuff. This is the state-of-art weaponry for Russia. Why they didn't use those barrels? All of the shells are empty, and they took even raccoon. Not speaking about the museum. It's obvious for Russians to take everything away. British intelligence report says that Russian retreatment from Kherson was more or less organized compared to Kharkiv direction. For example, they destroyed their military vehicles or severely damaged them while retreating. And they say that General Sergei Surovikin is more effective compared to previous commanders. But still, Russian army is in lack of the skillful commanders on the bottom of their army. And this is what is happening in Bakhmut, my friends. Just look, Russia used the forbidden shells, phosphorus. It's terrible. They're just burning the ground. Big wide areas, destroying everything. Russia released the video that they destroyed the S-300 Ukrainian one with the help of their kamikaze drone. They even showed the last seconds of the flight of the kamikaze drone. But the problem was, so yeah, it was damaged or even destroyed over there, some of the explosion. The problem for them was that it's not Ukrainian S-300. It's the Russian one, because here we have the same vehicle, and as you can see, it has Zs on the sides here and there, and I may say that it's not the Photoshop. I do Zs using Photoshop, and I would never do this kind of quality. President Joe Biden turned 80 today, and he's planning to run for the second term. It's interesting. So he would be like 82 or maybe even 83 years old if he would win his second term. So he wants to finish his political career in 86 or 87 years old. Well, my grandpa is still alive and he's 86 years old and he has a bright mind. I don't know about the joke, but nevertheless, it is possible. My friends, we have blackouts again, and it was my first try to install the Starlink antenna. Thank you so much, by the way, for your support, because with your help, with the help of YouTube, I was able to buy the antenna. It was quite expensive as I thought, but definitely it's the nice internet connection, and now I'm using it. My friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation here in Ukraine. Now, if you want to support this channel, just press the like button. If you want to support me financially, there are some of the links in the video description just below. You may support me on Patreon, PayPal, or Donatello, whichever is more convenient for you. My friends, thank you so much for that, and I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.